session. We're going to give it about a minute more until we really get started. Hopefully everyone is having a wonderful event. It's been a great, beautiful week here in Virginia. So hopefully you guys are having a great week as well. We'll give it just a few more seconds until we really get started. Okay, let's go ahead and get things started. Hi everyone, my name is Megan Tiedrick and I am the Revenue Marketing Leader for Cognyte Situational Intelligence Solutions Group. We are so excited to be presenting to you guys today and we're so thankful that you've attended our session, Big Data Yields Big Results. I'm going to go ahead and turn things over to Jason, who's the Director of Strategic Accounts. Before that though, a couple housekeeping rules. Please make sure to submit any questions you guys may have during our session. You should see on your webpage right now the ability to submit those questions for Q&A. We're going to go ahead and answer those questions at the very end of our session. So Jason, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you.
Megan, thank you so much for the introduction, and I'm so gracious for the opportunity today to present to this amazing group. We're super excited to be participating in the Convergint Insight Conference, and I'm excited to present to you today Cognyte and our portfolio. We're formerly known as Verint. So if you've worked with Verint in the past, nothing has changed as far as our elite customer support, our amazing products, and the team that supports all of our end users and partners. What has changed is that we are now strategically focused strictly on physical security and cyber intelligence. So we're no longer involved in any sort of customer engagement. Our mission is solely focused on helping customers and partners like yourselves that are attending the conference today. So we're helping small organizations, just a few offices, all the way to global enterprises with their video management needs, combining all their different physical security technologies into a Fusion platform. And then also we're providing an incident management and response capability through a company that I formerly started called NowForce, which Cognyte, formerly Verint, acquired a couple years ago. Similar to Convergint, we have a global presence and we have customers all over the world, over 1,200 in the US alone, working with some of the largest enterprises in the world, some of the most important critical infrastructure types of programs, key federal customers. Basically, our customers are keeping the world working. Our customers are keeping people safe, and our customers are keeping the economy going. These are just a few of the different enterprises and customers types of verticals I'm working with today. So working with airports, work with some of the largest Category X airports in the United States and globally. 4 of the top 10 global retailers, not only in the United States, but also in Latin America as well as Europe. 9 of the busiest world ports, some of the largest subway systems in the world, large manufacturers, financial institutions like banks and credit unions, as well as some of the world's largest energy companies. So getting into the product itself and what we're providing as Cognyte, formerly known as Verint. Whereas Verint, we had some disparate systems not really working congruently. With the Cognyte launch, we've introduced the Symphia portfolio. Symphia being a play off Symphony, where all of our products are deeply integrated into each other and all have open SDKs and APIs to be able to to enable us to go into any customer or end user environment and be able to bridge all the technical and operational gaps. So the first product that you might be familiar with is our video management system, formerly known as Verint VMS, now known as Symphia VMS. It's a video management solution that can scale, once again, from a small office all the way to an entire safe city or potentially in an entire country. Symphia One is our hybrid video management system and physical security fusion platform, basically enabling organizations such as airports and enterprises to take all of their physical security technologies and fuse them into a single pane of glass along with our video management system. And our Symphia control platform, this is our super hybrid multi-tenant type of fusion platform that enables us to assist global operations, global enterprises with bringing all their offices physical security footprint into a single pane of glass into a security operations center, while accommodating regional security operations centers as well with their own operational pictures. Basically taking all the different monitors with all the different alarm systems and physical security monitoring systems and consolidating them into one single screen with the ability to manage alarms and have systematic workflows to assist operators. We also are providing a state-of-the-art facial recognition analytic called Symphia Face Detect, which organically fuses with all the other products that we've been talking about so far. And then Symphia NowForce, which is where I came from. Symphia NowForce is a game changer for the industry. So a lot of other video management manufacturers, they have great solutions. They're able to bring in video, you can build some basic workflows, but what no one else is doing today is taking the data that's traditionally stovepiped in a security operations center and getting it out to the most important people as far as resolving an incident, which are the field responders, security officers, specialized maintenance technicians, facilities folks, anyone that's responsible for resolving an emergency on the ground, not in the security operations center. So everyone else in the market, all the data stovepiped in the security operations center, where a person actually has to follow a workflow, call people on a radio, type in different types of notations into different third-party systems. Cognyte, with the Symphia portfolio, we're able to organize a highly orchestrated response by automatically routing the relevant alarm that's validated to the correct field responder right on a mobile application. So NowForce is split up into 3 primary components, and all these components are going right back into the rest of the Symphia portfolio. So the first major component of NowForce is a personal safety application. Primarily, it's being utilized by financial institutions, quick service retail, large enterprise campuses with high-risk employees, manufacturing plants. Anyone that is out in the field needs to be monitored and needs the ability to call for help in a much smarter way than calling a phone number or running to a blue light box. The application has the ability to stream live video, share indoor and outdoor location, and also has the ability to have some instant messaging with an operator. The other application we have, which I already mentioned, is our responder application. So think about the laptop that you'd see mounted in a police car, fire engine, or an ambulance. That laptop, all that functionality, now it's available on a mobile application designed specifically for the security enterprise. We can see where these users are, make sure that we have areas that are high risk with security coverage. Those end users can receive all their incidents. They can see where other people are on a map, and they can self-generate incidents as well. And managing these 2 tools locally outside of the rest of the Symphia portfolio is the incident management platform. It's browser-based. It can be hosted on-site. It can be hosted on our own cloud utilizing a SaaS deployment. So basically what we're doing is we're giving you end-to-end control, bridging all the different technology and operational gaps your organization might have just with a few tools. Now, in a situation in which you don't have your own security operations center, or maybe your security operations center isn't equipped to be able to take a ton of data, we've partnered with Convergint Monitoring, enabling you to outsource all your SOC needs to Convergint, where they do all the monitoring and all the remote guard dispatch. So you can use the Symphia platform in your own SOC. And if you don't have your own SOC or you can't handle that type of call volume, you can use Convergint Monitoring and the NowForce suite to handle all that for you. So once again, you've got your personal safety app. So if you need to call for help, all that's going to be sent in to the Convergint Monitoring Center, who will handle that emergency. And if you have guards, but not your own SOC, if you have an alarm at one of your facilities, automatically one of your officers will receive that notification, and all their status updates will be pushed back into the Convergint Monitoring Center. So getting a little bit deeper into each different component, the Security Responder app has 9 core features. So this is our responder app for officers, for physical security managers, regional security officers, anyone from someone who's standing watch at a checkpoint, at a door, all the way to a supervisor or a VP of security can benefit from this application for situational awareness. We can receive all of our dispatch instructions. So once again, this could be an alarm from the Convergint Monitoring Center. This could be an alarm coming in from the video management system. It could be an alarm coming from the Symphia control platform, or it could be someone manually entering an incident inside of the Symphia NowForce dispatcher. And included on that application for the responder will be the incident type, how long ago it was entered, the exact location, including if it's a known location. So not just like an address or a cross street that you'd expect from like a traditional 911 incident management system, but a known location to your enterprise, along with turn-by-turn directions from your own location to the location of where the alarm or the incident is currently evolving. You're going to receive access to all incident information that's currently available, whether that's coming in through a physical security device or whether an operator is manually entering that information. It will all be displayed right on this mobile application. So as traditionally, a security officer or anyone out in the field that's going to be responding to a situation has to listen over the radio. They're trying to write things down. Now everything can be consolidated, recorded, and put right in an application so you understand what's going on. Radios are great. They work alongside the solution, but now you don't have to memorize specific things that are happening. It's all going to be listed, logged, timestamped right within the mobile app. Additionally, you can send all of your status updates right through the application, whether you're en route, whether you're on scene, whether you've cleared the incident. This can cut down on some of your radio traffic and simultaneous to that, give more precise timestamps on every status that end user is taking. And all that data is going to be logged, data, and timestamped, included in storyboard after the incident has concluded. Additionally, all field users will have access to a list of assets that are pre-mapped in the system. So let's say you are responding to a hazardous materials event at a specific location. Typically for that type of incident, the end user would have to go find the material safety data sheet. It's a giant binder, near any type of hazmat storage facility. Now, instead of trying to find this and look for the relevant article that's going to assist you with that response, that information will automatically display to the field responder right within the application. In addition to that, without having to go to a workstation after the incident concludes, the field user can actually complete all of their incident unit reports right within the mobile application. This is extremely powerful. So in a situation in which you need to collect witness statements, you can actually have someone sign the report right on the device, and the responder can take pictures and also capture video, which is all tied back to the incident itself. We have an add-on push-to-talk capability, basically turning this mobile app, this mobile computer-aided dispatch app, also into a mobile radio. So unlike WhatsApp, where you're recording and sending, our push-to-talk platform is transmitting audio live. And because it's using a regular data network, you could be on your Wi-Fi or a mobile carrier, this works globally. So I can set up talk groups between different offices all across the world and be able to communicate real time as a crisis is evolving. Additionally, we have an integrated panic button. So officers that are in a compromised situation or anyone that's in a compromised situation within the application can hit a button and call for help. We'll have their exact location. We'll stream live video, and we can automatically alert other responders in the area of that situation as it's evolving. This application, alongside with the personal safety app, is available in the Google Play Store as well as the Apple App Store. So moving into the personal safety app. So once again, just to reiterate, primarily being used within large global enterprises, college campuses. We have a large footprint within financial institutions like banks and credit unions. This is the application where end users are simply requesting assistance. So at its core, we have a button, you press it, live video and location sharing. If you're indoors, we have our own proprietary indoor mapping solution where we can deploy Bluetooth beacons and we can understand where someone is inside. And obviously, if you're outside, we'll have that GPS location. This application is working off of, once again, your regular data network, your mobile carrier like your Verizons and your AT&Ts and your T-Mobiles. It can also work on the enterprise's Wi-Fi network. So whatever internet you have, deployed in the enterprise, it'll work on that as well. In addition to being able to share an exact indoor location, exact outdoor location, we can also configure the solution with, once again, those known locations. So let's say I work for a bank and I'm having a problem in the parking lot. We'll set up every branch location in the system. And when I call for help, what will display to the operator is the actual bank location name and not just a random address or a latitude and longitude. And this is a key differentiator between our personal safety application and maybe some other personal safety apps you may have been exposed to in the market. Additionally, you have the capability of setting up incident reports or event types. So for banks specifically, you have the ability to set up a branch opening scenario with a countdown. And if for some reason you have not completed that branch opening within a certain amount of time, we'll automatically let Convergint Monitoring know or your own SOC know. And simultaneous to that, if you have folks outside in the parking lot waiting to enter, we'll let them know as well. And if everything does go okay during that event, we'll send a push notification out to the folks in the parking lot, letting them know that it's okay to enter. It's called the all clear signal. You can also program other types of events beyond just a branch opening, such as if you are witnessing some type of facilities incident that could compromise the safety of the organization, like a light fixture that's out, or if you notice a suspicious package, but it's not necessarily an SOS situation, you can also configure that as well. And we're doing all this while protecting end users' privacy. So the application can be downloaded. You can set up your location sharing, so it's only while using the app. So we have all those controls in place so you can get wide adoption within the organization and people aren't concerned that they're being tracked outside of the scope of their responsibilities in business during the day. In addition to all these great personal safety capabilities calling for help, we also have a mass messaging and polling capability where an operator can geofence a specific area or choose a group or a branch or an office and then push out a message to them and receive information back. This is typically being utilized for critical events in which we need to quickly gather information, such as be on the lookout if an office had been robbed down the street or branch had been experiencing some type of robbery. It could be used for a weather event. So if you are understanding at a SOC that there's a tornado that's about to come through an area, you can message everyone, tell them to shelter in place, receive data back confirming they've actually done that. And unlike a mass notification system, this is highly targeted and it's utilizing push. So we're able to instantly collect data back. So we're not a replacement for a mass notification system, but this mass messaging component enables organizations to strategically target an area or a group and instantly collect critical information back so you can make good decisions about how an event is going to evolve next. And then once again, tying everything back together is the incident management system. So this can work in an agnostic type of capacity along with the rest of the Symphia portfolio. So if you have a SOC, you have other systems you want this to connect to, other physical security devices you want to be able to generate alarms in the system, that's okay. It can also work as a standalone solution for entering incidents and managing those incidents across the enterprise. We have a call taking interface, just like you'd see in in like a 911 center or a PSAP. You have the ability to manage every incident, every response, record all the data right within this browser-based platform. And addition to that, you have the capability of managing your entire guard force. So any assets or personnel that you need to understand where they are, understand if they're in the areas in which they are assigned. All that is available to you live on a map. And we can actually go back, see the location tracking history, and be able to audit the performance of officers that are responsible for providing guard services. Additionally, we have many customers that bring in their own fleet tracking or AVL systems. So not only can you track where all your responders are on the map, but also you can track all your vehicles as well. You can dispatch all your personnel. You can manually indicate response statuses. So if you are an organization that can't give out mobile phones to your security forces, if they're just going to use the radios, we can use this as a traditional manual incident management system, and you can manually status everyone and still have all that great data and all those great reports. And we're able to do this all based upon the location of users, whether they're statically assigned, whether they are, being tracked by their GPS. And also we're able to understand if someone is relevant for a response based upon the equipment they're carrying. And just like the responder application, operators have customizable checklists, workflows, and forms that they're filling out for every response. And this is critical because the system is also acting as a records management solution, enabling organizations to have court-admissible documents for every incident or alarm that's being managed by your part of the organization. Additionally, all that data is going to be pushed into the BI analytics engine, so you can have macro level reporting with graphs to show the performance of the organization and also identify key areas in which you need some help or in which you need some improvement. So just to kind of reiterate, high level, we're providing SOS monitoring either with the Symphia portfolio or with Convergint Monitoring. We're able to send critical messages out. You also have a complete audit trail of every incident that's ever happening in the organization, along with all the forms and documentation behind that. Plus, you have a full dispatch response capability within the platform. So getting into a few scenarios with some pre-recorded demos. Here's a healthcare organization. You have a healthcare worker that's getting off late shift. They notice they're being followed in the parking lot. They hit a panic button. So we're going to stream live video, live stream the location. We have that two-way instant messaging happening simultaneously. And once again, this can either go into your own security operations center. We can filter all this back into Symphia NowForce or Symphia Control, or we can route this to Convergint Monitoring, either one, either in your own SOC or with the outsourced SOC, that being Convergint Monitoring. Another scenario, we have a key holder that just needs to open a financial center within a bank or credit union. So we'll indicate when that process starts. The end user fills out a form or a checklist with everything they need to do at the beginning of their day, making sure that we're following those procedures across the enterprise. That could include taking a picture of the ATM as an example. And the whole time that's happening, we have that countdown occurring. And if that countdown concludes without indicating that you've completed the process, the app will automatically enter that SOS mode. Now, if everything goes okay, once again, we'll end the process. It'll be an official record, and we'll send an alert out, a push notification to anyone that's approaching that credit union or that bank branch, letting them know that it's all clear to enter. And if you've entered that SOS mode, we'll give them a similar type of message, but indicating, hey, don't come to the branch right now. And once again, all this data being pushed back into Symphia NowForce or being pushed into Convergint Monitoring. So you can utilize this solution whether you have your own SOC or you don't have your own SOC. So another great solution as part of the personal safety application is the Escort Me feature. So let's say you are a home care nurse working for a healthcare organization. You want to set a timer for how long you're supposed to have a patient interaction for. If for some reason that patient interaction does not go well, you've dropped your phone, you went in the lock screen, it's in your pocket, the app will automatically enter that SOS mode and send your exact location either to the SOC or to Convergint Monitoring. Simultaneous to that, we can turn on live video with embedded audio, so we're able to share information on your behalf while the end user is taking measures to get themselves into a safe place. So here's a scenario where a physical security manager or security officer is being notified of an active break-in. So this could be someone verifying the situation on video and then entering it in an NowForce, or it could be an analytic. So an access control alarm goes off. We're validating it. It's a real intrusion, and we send this automatically through the API into NowForce, either through Convergint Monitoring or through the Symphia control platform, and we're sending this to the relevant officer, who's then going to indicate their response status, and they're going to be able to complete a full incident report right on their phone before ever leaving the scene. Once again, taking pictures, capturing witness statements, etc. And on the other end, a security officer that just happens to walk by a safety hazard, maybe a light fixture that's out, maybe there's a pothole, something else, right on their phone, they can indicate that situation, take a picture, maybe some video, and then send it back into Symphia NowForce, or back into Convergint Monitoring, or back into Symphia Control. So later actions can be taken to resolve that situation. And the last scenario before we take some questions is just generally documenting a situation. So if you don't have any integrations whatsoever, you're utilizing Symphia NowForce as a standalone platform, you can enter any type of situation, from a medical situation to an access control alarm to a suspicious package to maybe an insider threat type of situation that a supervisor needs to follow up with at a later point. It's extremely intuitive, easy to learn. Usually it's just a day of online training, which we're providing, and you can be an expert in this incident management solution. So Megan, do we have any questions so far?
Yep, we've gotten a few in. So the first one is, how long does it take to learn the dispatcher software?
So it usually takes about a day, and we are providing complimentary online training. So we have a very comprehensive learning management system. Upon conclusion of the course, you're issued a certificate, which is valid for a year, and it's very easy to learn. And obviously, there's lots of follow-up being provided by Convergint and by Cognyte as a manufacturer as well, to ensure that you're comfortable utilizing the system.
Perfect. Another question that we received, can NowForce work on site as well?
Yes, so there's 2 hosting models available. So either on site in your own data center or on your own private cloud. And then you can also utilize the solution as a SaaS, and it's a different pricing model. However, both hosting models are accommodated.
Great. One last question. What is Cognyte doing to take a more proactive approach to protecting against threats?
So the biggest differentiator between us and everyone else, and taking a different type of proactive approach to threats, is bringing all these different types of physical security technologies and cyber intelligence technologies and consolidating them into a single platform and providing workflows to ensure that nothing is lost. And that's the biggest difference between us and everyone else, is being able to coordinate all the different responses and stakeholders for an event, and not lose sight of what's actually happening and evolving. What I've seen in the past are multiple threads of conversation happening for the exact same type of crisis. With our Symphia platform, we're able to take all these different communications, all these different threads, consolidate them, storyboard them, not only for what's happening in the event, active in the event, but also for post-event analysis after, so we can try to prevent that type of situation from happening ever again.
Great. Thanks, Jason. Unfortunately, that is all the time that we have for Q&A, but we want to say thank you so much for attending our session. And then obviously, you're more than welcome to reach out to us directly. You can even email Jason, jason.goldberg@cognyte.com, connect with him, connect with me. Somebody actually commented in the Q&A, great presentation. So if you want to get a deeper dive into Symphia and Symphia NowForce, we would be more than happy to do that. So thanks you guys so much.